This year, we will kick off a DuPont World Series of Race here in the 2015 DuPont World Series of Racing Championship finale round here at Auto Club. Gene Sanford on the pole, Cavanero on the outside, and green flag is in the air. These first couple laps are going to be absolutely bonkers. 4 wide already in about 4 lanes, full 4 different rows. As Gene Sanford already losing the lead, Jacob Anthony's going to take the lead. Here comes the CBM clan all the way down the bottom. Whoa, man, Anthony got loose in entering the corner. But a huge pack of cars. Jacob Anthony's going to lead the first lap of the race. Michael Cavanero shoving the 19 through, and he leaves him immediately. Teamwork is going to be a big part of this event. These cars are very draft reliant, which is going to allow for a lot of pretty spectacular racing. Look at this hellhole. Oh my goodness. Michael Cavanero in the lead in the first couple of laps here, but the racing behind is just absolutely crazy. Everybody's trying to jockey for position. The fastest cars will get to the lead and pull away, and the slowest will fall to the back, but they're all stuck in a pack for the moment. This pack will break up as the tires start kicking in, but this track is almost completely flat out on the fresh tires. They've started to slightly calm down. Here is your points leader, the rookie, Vladimir Petrov in the 09 for Allen Family Racing Team. Vladimir Petrov, the first ever rookie to enter a championship as a rookie. Okay, that sounded weird, but a rookie has never had an opportunity to show up to the championship race and be a championship contender, let alone be the championship points leader. Sorry, all the racing behind is kind of making me a little bit sketchy, but Petrov is the points leader. He has to defend the championship from Dutta, and Dutta almost just wrecked right there into his teammate, and he's also got to defend the title from Cody Lamas. The second half of the season has been Petrov defending against Lamas and Rogers is gone, but those two have been some of the best cars. Cody Lamas going for a pass to the lead here as he gets side by side with Jacob Anthony. Bonus points was what Chris Louviere was how Chris Louviere won the championship in Division 2 yesterday. He got all those 20 bonus points. Lamas can't get the pole bonus points now, but he can get the most laps led if possible, which would make his job against Petrov a lot easier, because then all he has to do is beat Petrov by 1 position. But Anthony's still sticking to the back of him. Very draft reliant. We're starting to finally fan out a little bit and get into a groove without pack racing. And Lamas trying to hold Anthony off, but there's a lot of fast cars behind. Here comes Joshua Michaels with help from Charles Sanford, 2 very stout oval racers. I almost said racers. Wow. Ian Dutt is the 3rd man in this championship. This 55 team has had one of the quietest years I've ever seen in terms of championship contention. Ian Dutta has the most top 10s out of any driver in this field. And you wouldn't think that statistic, considering for almost the whole season, he was never even considered much for the championship. Dutta almost made it to last year's championship, but had a tough time in the penultimate round, which knocked him out of it. However, this time he's solidly made it by winning Mexico. 2 of the 3 races in Mexico. And he's done a fantastic job for Harlem Motorsports. They haven't had a lot of opportunities to win a championship, that team. And Dutta's probably one of their best opportunities yet to get one. We're 3 wide for second up there. Cavanero, of course, it's Cavanero making it 3 wide, but he makes it work. And we are coming down to take the first round of pit stops. Lamas does not go in as fast as Michaels did. That was an excellent entry by the number 3 car. And here comes the rest of the guys who did not pit. They will all come down and take the tires. Cavanero completes his pit stop. And Cody Lamas is going to take the lead, and I think caution is out. Caution comes out right at the tail end of pit stops. There's been an accident on the racetrack somewhere, we believe. This happened on the pit road exit. Michael Cavanero and Gene Sanford made contact and almost just destroyed Cody Lamas on the exit. Gene Sanford and Michael Cavanero made contact. Sanford went around and almost got clobbered by Lamas and almost ended his championship right there. And that's what brought the caution out. Tough break for about 1/3 of the way through this race. Alan Cavanero, the leader, will take the flag here. Now, a couple of cars stayed out. Even though we had just finished pit stops, a couple teams did come back down and put more tires on for whatever reason. Cody Lamas and a few others were others who did that. Cavanero, DeMax, Michaels, and Johnson were some who didn't. But anyways, Eugene DeMax looking to take the lead from the 07. Alan Cavanero's had a really strong car this whole weekend long. On the fast cars at practice, Skylar Johnson sliding all over the place, trying to get the best position she can. Skylar Johnson, 3 wide, makes the pass. Nice job by the young rookie. Skylar Johnson trying to end her rookie season on a positive note. It has not been the points a season that she was hoping for. She hasn't won a race yet, and this is her final opportunity to do so, so you can bet she's going to drive as hard as she can to try and end this year with a win. Both of her teammates have gotten at least one win this year. I'm sure she would love to get one to fit their Red Bull scope. Meanwhile, Cody Lamas, who has been the class of the championship field so far, Petrov and Dutter are a little bit behind. They came in and pitted with Lamas and didn't get very good stops, surprisingly, but Lamas is putting on a hell of a show. Definitely looks like the strongest car out of everyone so far. Petrov and Dutt are going to have to make some big adjustments to beat the 48. Allen wants to go 4 wide for whatever reason and wants to pass even more cars. Wow, what a move by Vince Snell. I think he just passed 5 cars in one corner. Are you kidding me? What a pass by the 0 car. Everybody got loose on the high side, and Allen just came right in. Back for lead again. Whoa! Cavanero got loose into the 84, and then 84 checked up for him, and Cavanero passes right on by. I don't think that was intentional, honestly, but Cavanero, who has 1 win this season, it was a rain-shortened victory. So unfortunately, this 07 team has not gone to victory lane properly yet this year, which I think has disappointed Cavanero's very small fan club. I think people are expecting a lot more wins out of this car, but he was in the championship contention for almost the whole year, so not too bad of a job in all honesty. We're going to go 4 wide, and Cooper Cyron and Eric Burton in his final start have worked their way up there. What a job by Eric Burton and Cyron out of nowhere. This is Eric Burton's final ever DuPont Series of Racing Points event. He retires immediately after this race. Cooper Cyron, we're not quite sure about his future for next year. He has not had a confirmed ride yet. We hope to see him back in action. Cyron's been a very fun driver to watch despite some issues at the beginning of the year, but it's been a good year it's been an interesting year watching EM Motorsports in their sole season have the season they've had. Dutta is outside the top 20, although we're hearing over the radio that he's just taking it easy for the moment and he's going to start moving forward later in the race. We're not quite sure how strong this 55 car is. He's 3 wide in between a slow Gene Sanford and William Duncan, who's fresh off his first win of the year. We are coming up on the second round of pit stops here, and everybody's in a giant gaggle. There's a pack up in the front. There's a second pack. So 2 packs separate the field. Skylar Johnson still your leader here at Auto Club. Cavanero trying to get by her again. Hopefully not as extreme. And whoa, Cavanero trying to make a pass, but Johnson puts a block on him. I'm not quite sure if you want to do that to Cavanero. It was a block all the way down across the track, which I don't think is going to make the 07 very happy. Vladimir Petrov pushing forward. charging as fast as he can up to Lamas. He knows he's got to defend the title from Lamas. Even if we're only halfway, he's still got to keep in front of him. So Petrov doing a very nice job here. He's not really exactly an oval racer, despite the win in Japan. He was concerned that he wasn't going to have as much pace as Lamas was going to have, because Lamas is a very good oval racer. He's doing an excellent job so far. And whoa, Davis into his teammate. Davis got just tapped the 48, and now Petrov looking to move. Petrov, for some reason, going to push his championship rival on the high side. Maybe he saw what Davis did and didn't want anything to do with that 5 car anymore. Here comes the 09. He's underneath the 48. Petrov's got the championship lead. Pit stop's coming soon. Could be a big one for these guys. And he passes his biggest rival right now. And now Lamas has got a rebound. Petrov's got a very fast race car. Cavanero surrenders the lead. Him, Sanford, Johnson, and DeMax will all come down pit road. More cars come down pit road, but a couple stay out. Vincent Allen and Petrov, 2 of them, currently staying out to get some more laps in. Vincent Allen staying out. Petrov and a couple of others going to stay out a little while longer here. Jordan Davis passes underneath for second. They're all going to pit anyways here. And oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Vladimir Petrov in trouble! He's lost the engine of the 09! The Volkswagen's blown up! The points leader has blown up! The car is gone! Something broke! Something broke! What the hell? Something broke in the 09! And now Petrov has to come down pit road! Mega disaster for the points leader! Something's broke! The 09 is blowing up horribly! He's got to pit road! But that thing is junk looking. Fire's coming out the back of it. He's got to get to pit road quickly. This championship has just been flipped upside down. Petrov has brought the car to the garage. And Petrov has lost the engine. And there's no way they're going to be able to come back out and gain points at this point. So now, and what is a horrible break for the rookie. He came into this race as the championship leader, and he's blown up in smoke. And now Cody Lamas looking to capitalize. Dutta is nowhere to be found. We are past halfway. You gotta feel for Petrov, man. That is just horrible. That thing just randomly combusted. It didn't even look like there was a problem until he got to the straightaway. Something happened in the Volkswagen, and that is just very unfortunate. Lamas being passed by DJ Curtis. That's not really going to help much. Dutta currently running in the 17th position. I think now he's starting to move up. I think he saw what happened to Petrov, so now he's starting to charge a little bit. Dutta still solidly has a chance, but he's got to get up to Lamas like quickly as possible. We have one last pit stop to go after this, and that's going to be the money stop for this 55 team. Now, technically, Cody Lamas is the points leader. However, Petrov can still win this title because, remember, he's the points leader. If Lamas and Dutta fail to score points, or enough points for that matter, Petrov can still win the championship. So Petrov's not exactly out of this title, even despite the blown car, but unless something happens to Lamas and Dutta, that's not going to happen anytime soon. I mean, Lamas is currently sitting comfortably up in 4th, and what looks to be a decent handling car. And then Dutta, who's charging his way forward, he's going to be using his tires to just get to Lamas. So far, the future of V8 Motorsports is very bleak. Currently running 19-20th. The final 2 points-paying positions are Cooper Cyron and his teammate Kyle Nova. An unfortunate year for these two. These two had a few sporadic runs that were decent, but yeah, Motorsports has kind of struggled to put together a lot of good performances overall. And the future is very bleak. There's a lot of word around that, oh, caution's out, but there's a lot of word that yeah, Motorsports might not be back for next year, and that'd be a shame if they don't, as they race back towards the caution. We're looking at what brought out the caution. Oh, Nick Pericles blew up in the same place that Petrov did. And then Seth Cole just slamming to the back of the 74. And believe it or not, that wasn't Pericles' fault. He stayed up in his line when he blew up. Said Cole just plowed into the back of him. So a bit of a dumb reason for a caution to come out, but this could be the final restart of the season. Cody Lamas in front of Vincent Allen. They're going to have to pit one last time. Green flag in the air. Lamas in the lead. Cittadino, Joshua Collar trying to get their laps back. The question is on who is going to pit and when. They can't make it the whole way. And you might be seeing Kevin and a couple others are missing. A couple of guys came in and pitted for tires. Looks like some guys are going to try and stretch it as long as they can. DJ Curtis taking the lead for the moment. Vincent Allen as Lamas being forced way up to the high side. And whoa, Dada making big contact with the 48. His championship rival for the moment. Dada came up and said, "Hello, I'm here. Hello, Bucko. This championship's not yours yet. I'm still here." And now Dada passing by Lamas. Lamas stuck on the high side. Can't get any run now going. Vincent Allen trying to pass DJ Curtis and Joshua Collard. Vincent Allen, one of the best last race of the season drivers. Vincent Allen scored his first win in a championship finale race a long time ago, about 5 seasons ago. He really does good in the late stretches of the year. That's been one of his best attributes, and he's showing it off right here. Collard is trying to get back on the lead lap. He had to pit for a tire puncture earlier, which cost him a few laps. And we got a big gaggle of cars behind. Jesse Turner has shown up, and he is side by side with the championship leaders. Woo, Lamas, whoa, 3 wide. 4 wide almost. They were 4 wide and 3 wide. Oh my goodness. Dada's trying to hold off Cody Lamas. That 55 has all of a sudden got some speed to it. That thing's mega fast. Whoa, John Cittadino making contact with the leader. And now DJ Curtis is going to come down. He will surrender. He will surrender the front lead to come down pit road. He'll be the first to bite. Fibrosis is going to lead another gaggle of cars down pit road. And it's the championship leaders behind him, Dada and Cody Lamas. We're going to have to see who comes out pit road first between Ian Dada is going to beat Cody Lamas out of pit road with relative ease. The Harper Motorsports pit crew strikes again. And he leads everybody that entered pit road first. Excellent stop by the 55 team. They even took Fitzwater. Oh, we got a big gaggle. Oh no, 5 wide! 5 wide in turns 3 and 4. Holy cow, how did they hold that together? Several cars diving down pit road. That was bonkers. 5 wide. These guys have not pitted yet. That's why they are still out there. Kyle Nova has taken the lead. He's one of the few people who has not decided to pit yet. I think he might be surrendering now, but Kyle Nova is going to at least lead 1 lap today. He comes down pit road. He surrenders. Well, yeah, Motorsports will lead at least 1 lap in the final race. Charles Sanford now takes the lead, one of the few to not pit yet. Charles Sanford and his basically home crowd would love to score a victory here. A couple cars behind him have not pitted yet, so Sanford's staying out there for all of these guys up here were the ones who pitted on pit road during the caution period, so they've got more fuel and tires to work with for the moment. I think that's why they've stayed out. But it's fantastic seeing Eric Burton up here, up inside the top 5. We saw him actually get up to the top 5 earlier in the race, but kind of fell back again. Eric Burton having a good fight with Cyron here. Having a good fight with the Young Guns. And at the moment, Jason Trost himself is running up in the top 10. This is his best performance of the year so far. Trost would love to exit Auto Club with some points. Patriots Trophy he's out of contention for. Sanford's already clinched that one. But what a great effort by Trost by staying out like this. If a caution comes out, some of these guys are going to be making some serious bank. 10 laps to go. Right now, it is all Charles Sanford He still has to come in and pit. All these guys do. They're going to have to at least pit. But when they are going to do it, we're not quite sure. They are staying out as long as possible. If they get a caution, that's basically going to put 10 cars on the lead lap, and that's it. That's basically a guaranteed top 10 for all of these guys. But nope, Sanford's going to come down. He surrenders. He gives up. And Eric Byrne looks like he might be taking the lead. He will. Eric Byrne's going to lead a lap. And this crowd is on their feet. The crowd just went wild when Eric Byrne took the lead, staying out with Cyron. These guys want to make some bank. But Super Cyron. Wow, okay. Hey, new nickname, Super Cyron. Cooper Cyron passes Eric Byrne for the lead here. I imagine they're going to pit here in a moment. Yeah, they are. They're coming down. This is on the exit of the pit road. This is for the lead. Vincent Allen's going to make the pass on Charles Sanford. Jason Trost looks like he's actually up to third, or now back down to fourth. But look at Ian Dutta now up into third place as he passes Trost. Vincent out in the lead with less than 10 to go. Ian Dutta trying to win the championship. Ian Dutta just passed Lamas' teammate. Here's Cyron Byrne. They're back up into the race. And they're actually going to gain some spots from this. Ian Dutta behind Vincent Allen, trying to make a run at the leader. Cody Lamas, you can see, just a little bit farther back. But right now, if Dutta can keep the pace, he might have a shot at the championship. He's not going to have any chance to get bonus points, so it's just going to have to be completely raw. And we don't know if Lamas led the most laps or not. Absolute mayhem, as both of the Motorsports cars are in the top 10. That is incredible. And Eric Byrne also making it run the top 10. Jason Trost in fourth. A lot of big surprises up in this final race of the year. Lamas in the middle of a four-wide gaggle. With the lap car, that's Joshua Collar. He's out of it. Whoa! Whoa! Nova almost just wrecked Turner. But look at Lamas, man. He is in deep trouble with a couple laps to go. This is not where he needs to be. He needs to be moving forward. He cannot let Dutta gain points on him. Charles Sanford, I think, has got a new mission. Past the 55. Protect Lamas' championship. Vincent Allen trying to end the year with the win. His best career season ever. Ian Dutta trying to get past, win the race, and try to win the championship while he's at it. Charles Sanford and his hometown crowd trying to win the race and get Lamas a championship. A lot of things are on the line with just a few laps to go. Trost trying to hold off the 07. Trost does not have the horsepower, I don't think, but he is putting a hell of an effort on. He lets Cavanaugh go without much of a fight. Fitzwater just put Lamas to the high side to help his own teammate. And now Lamas stuck on the high side, way up to the high side. Vibros is shoving Cyron past Lamas. Everyone's just working against the 48. Literally no one wants to go with the 48. The outside line's workable with the teammate. But no one wants to go with them. With only a few laps to go, Lamas is dropping like a fly. Meanwhile, Sanford's got to the 55. Desperation's going to call for desperate measures. Deep into the corner, the 24 knocking the 55 sideways to halfway through the corner. Whoa, Dutta almost just got wrecked. Oh, man, that was close. 2 laps to go. Vincent Allen still in the lead here. As Charles Sanford now going to help his teammate. He will pass Dutta. And that's going to help Lamas, who's still dropping like a fly back there. He's still losing spots. But Vincent Allen, before this season, he had one single career victory. All the way back at Atlanta over 5 seasons ago. And coming now, coming to the white flag. It might be on his way to his 4th win of the year. Or his 3rd, one or the other. But right now, Allen leads. I think he's got this pretty much locked right now. Sanford in front of Dutta. Lamas is still struggling back there. I don't even see him anymore. Lamas might be in trouble. Ian Dutta might just be in the catbird seat in turn 3 and 4 to possibly take the win and the championship here. to take the winning championship. But coming to the checkered flag, Vincent Allen's going to win. He will win here at Auto Club. Sanford will fall to second. And now Dutta finishes third. But now the question is, where did Lamas finish, and was it enough for Dutta? The race is over. Allen's got the win, but now we must find out who is the champion. We think Lamas finished 16th. That may or may not have been enough. We don't know if Lamas led the most laps either. He might have. So now, the question is, who is the champion? Well, it looks like we're going to find out from the officials here in a moment. Petrov, we can't confirm Petrov has lost the championship. We're pretty confident he has at this point, but what an ending. AFRT lost the championship, but they got a win. So nice job to Vincent Allen to at least make some kind of star, some kind of a shining light here at the end. But anyways, we must find out who the champion is. And looks like we are about to find out here in just a couple of moments. Coming across the line to celebrate, it has been confirmed. Ian Dutta of Harapa Motorsports, the Brazilian racer, has won the 2015 DuPont World Series of Racing Championship here at Auto Club. One of the biggest dark horse championships we have ever seen. Ian Dutta, who we never really saw up in the points lead the whole entire year, steals the championship in the final couple of rounds. Harapa Motorsports gets their first championship as a team. The first ever South American DuPont Series of Racing champion in what was one of the best ever seasons we have ever seen this series. Ian Dutta is the champion. He beat Lamas thanks to his third place finish, and Lamas struggling. Lamas fell all the way to the back of the field, and that's what got Dutta the championship, along with Petrov's unfortunate struggle. The first other South American champion, and it's Ian Dutta who has won it. It has been a fantastic season, and I don't get to do this very often, but we are going to take a look at the results. Vincent Allen is your winner here at Auto Club today. Charles Sanford, the hometown driver, finishes second. Ian Dutta, third place, which was just enough to get him the title. Excellent runs from Cavanero, Skylar Johnson, Jesse Turner. Very solid day for the Red Bulls for sure. Eric Byrne in his final start will finish 7th place, very respectable. Chuck Brosses finishes 8th. Dylan Young will turn a rough season into a solid 9th place finish. And give it up to Kyle Noah for finishing inside the top 10 in his final start for EM Motorsports in his final race as a rookie. It's going to be interesting to see where Kyle Nova ends up next year. But a very, very interesting top 10 here at Auto Club. Cooper Siron manages to get in a solid 11th place for EM Motorsports. 10th and 11th will be the final result for that team. Jason Tross, solid 12th place finish. One of the best runs he's had of the year. Chris Washer, Eugene Max, very solid runs with 13th and 14th. Cody Lamas 15th. Unfortunately, that was not even enough to get past Petrov in the points, we believe. So tough break for Cody Lamas, who had such a strong car. Fitzwater, Davis, Pollard, Galligan, and Jordan Smith round out the rest of the top 20. We're not quite sure about Fitzwater and Davis's futures with their team. We're not quite sure about Pollard either as Jordan Smith. But a very good season and a very good ending for some of these guys. These are the point standings for the top 20 in points. Ian Dutta, Petrov, Lamas finished in the top 3. Alan Cavanero finishes 4th in the points. Zach Rogers, despite missing the final races of the season, still comes home 5th in the championship points. Jeff Fibrosis with the 6th place points finish. Not too bad considering how his season went. Vincent Allen finishes his career best 7th place points finish. DJ Curtis fell. DJ Curtis had to pit again, which kind of cost him in his points a little bit. He falls down to 8th in the standings. Sanford and Jesse Turner round out the rest of the top 10 in points. And nice job to Turner for finishing top 10 in points in his rookie season. Michael Block, similar to Rogers, still held firm in the final races of the season. Block finished 11th in the point standings. Michael Cavallero in his rookie season finishes 12th in the standings. Very nice job by him. Jacob Anthony finishes 13th place in the points. I'm not quite sure if that's going to be enough for CBM to bring him back. Skylar Johnson finishes 14th in her rookie season. Demax Galligan managed to rebound after a tough start to their years. Gene Sanford, despite only starting less than half the races, finishes 17th in the points. Had she been the full-time, at the rate she was going, if she had been full-time, she would have been top 5 in the standings. Dylan Young, Pollard, and Jordan Smith sneak into the top 20 points. Barely at the end of the year. So a fantastic season of DuPont World Series of Racing, and we will see you guys next season. See you guys then. Goodbye.